Hello and welcome to Oweleketv Business Time. I am Chiwendu Osisiago. Today we'll be discussing on the topic, the negative impact of insecurity on small businesses. The high rate of insecurity has no doubt bedeviled the economy and affected small businesses. On Oweleketv Business Time today, we'll be discussing the negative impact of this insecurity and the way forward for the small businesses. I'm not alone on this program today. I have a guest with me. He's a financial analyst and a public analyst. But you meet him after the break. Please stay with us.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that break. Like I said earlier, we'll be discussing on the topic, the negative impact of insecurity on small businesses. I have a guest with me in the studio to discuss further. He is a public and financial analyst, Mr. John Ochai. You're welcome to Oweleketv Business Time.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so first of all, what can you say about the rising insecurity ravaging the economy at the moment?
First and foremost, thank you for giving me this opportunity to be in Oweleketv. First and foremost, the high rising of insecurity in Nigeria is becoming alarming. I think I have a feeling or believe that the hands of the governments are full, because for over a decade we have been having instances of insecurity challenges in this part of the world. Though Nigeria is not exceptional, considering the fact that we have also had experience from all over places in Africa and the world above. But nevertheless, Nigeria have different peculiarity, and I believe the peculiarity of Nigeria is not quite different, but there are approach in which we can deal with the issue and the situations that is at hand. Be as may, we have security agency. I think the only thing that will be able to curtail, that should build a confide and a bona fide synergy amongst equivocal. Because if you look at the security agency in Nigeria, I think they are traveling towards different direction. Police are doing their own thing. The army are doing their own thing. The NSCDC also do their own thing. And then we have community policing, which is not really invoked in this part of the world. I believe that if we'll be able to, incubate the community policing, because they are closer to the people, they will be able to fish out those who are close to the people and then give back, a requisite information to all the agency. And then when they successfully build the synergy and work apart, then they will be able to curtail the security challenges that we are having in this part of the world. Until then, we will continue to be having these plunges experiences.
All right, thank you, sir. So aside being a public and financial analyst and as a businessman that you are, how would you say this insecurity has affected small businesses now in Nigeria?
Sometimes people look at insecurities as a crime. Yes, it's a crime, but we have to look at it from two perspectives. And one, you have to assess the impact. Then you have, that is the negative impact. Then you have to also assess the positive impact. Because there is a gainsay that says, when there is a negativism, people also benefit more from it. And I think in a business world, once there is a hitches and then the operation is shut down, then it becomes an encumbrance to the business. And that is exactly what we experience in Nigeria. The negative impact is this. most of this SME in rural area, they are unable to operate because of the attack by herdsmen, banditry, even kidnapper. Because even despite the fact we are talking about the hinterland, which is the rural area, look at the FCT where we have been hearing in the news that the banditry goes to people's houses to fetch them out and smuggle them away. And more or less of people who are in the hinterland, you see to the fact that they won't be able to operate as they should, because when you have a phobia about some specific thing, that phobia become a trauma, and not just a trauma, it become an emotional trauma, and that fear of being attacked on every day, instead of you open your shop for a business, you'd rather shut the shop and relocate from that particular location to a new location which you feel that it will be more secure. And that is exactly what we have been having. You can see there are influx of human migration from the rural area to the urban area. And because of that, the population of the urban area become, more or less of increase. And then the rural area decreases. And that's what it means. It means that the businesses that are supposed to, operate within those rural area now cannot survive in the urban area. And because of the attack, people migrate from the attack and put pressure on the urban area. And when there is a pressure on the urban area, you know what it means? It's also trigger. That is exactly why you see a lot of businesses now. There is a negative impact in terms of inflation because the demand is high. And then the dollar differences between naira is also on the high rising. So when you match both scenarios, you realize that a small business cannot survive in such an environment. I think until the needed thing need to be done to cushion the effect.
All right, so you're talking about the needed thing that needs to be done. So, okay, are you saying that the government is actually not doing enough? Like the recent one that happened early this year about an attack that happened at the Maraba side at the supermarket, whereby some kidnappers killed some people in the supermarket while going to just buy something. Are you saying that the government is actually not doing enough to, reduce the level of insecurity now in the country? Or do you feel that they should do more?
I would say that based on my own personal opinion, and it's not a public opinion, I can say government is not doing enough because I'm not a security personnel, and then I'm not a government, though I'm part of a government because I'm a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But to my mind, I think the government is not really doing enough. Why I say that is that the approach at which we approach issues of security in this part of the world, I think we are still backward. You can't tackle issues of security based on the paper approach. What I mean by paper approach is that you write some, a lot of story and how you are being taught and all that. I think the world has gone beyond that. Technology helps to aid, cushions issues of security. For instance, now we are on camera right now speaking, and I believe in this studio there are cameras everywhere, isn't it? Monitoring the affair. So I think I'm privileged to be in Malaysia. Even a pin drop on the road, it will be captured because there is a CCTV everywhere. Every road, every nook and crannies of Malaysia, there is a CCTV that picks to give a central information to the central data. And then from the data, every information can be annexed. But look at our society today. We are trying to even install CCTV in Abuja. Everywhere was vandalized. Who asks question? Who asks who? Till today, nobody asks question. Heads should be rolling. And to my mind, I will tell you for a fact, most of the information that the police or every other agencies of the armed forces get is most likely it is the aftermath incident. And at the end of the day, they will tell you they are on top of the game. They are on the red alert. They are trying their best. They can be everywhere. And the communities should try and feed them with information and all that. I think now with the age we are supposed to go beyond that as it is right now. I will tell you for a fact, and it's a national security, so I will be able to economize with those information a bit, but I'm trying, let us try an x-ray of what we have trying to do, observe from the security issues and the apparatus. For instance now, let me ask you, sometimes when you travel all the way from Abuja to Benue State, how much checkpoint will you see? There is no security on that road. Even as I speak to you, people are being kidnapped on that road on daily basis. In recent time, I was traveling from Abuja to Benue State. A car was parked. People were kidnapped. The army came and said, we should wait a little bit because there was an incident of kidnapping. And at the end of the day, what happened? We were kept on the corner waiting for them to see what they will be able to do to accompany us a little bit. If I thought there is a CCTV, the CCTV might not really be a physical CCTV that people will access. We have satellites now all over the world that you can send to orbit. At the end of the day, the satellite can, view every strata of that nation, that every information can be picked, that even the human being who mastermind those earth can be caught in their web anywhere they run to. So until you're able to, equipped, until you be able to train the personnel, until you be able to train, and give a requisite fruitful informations to those who are saddled with those responsibility. Just take, for instance, as a young man who graduated from high school in Israel, you'll be equipped with every information. One, you have to join the armed forces to gain the requisite knowledge of the armed forces. Whether you want to practice or whether you want to back down, you must have gained the knowledge. And that is why when there is a war between Gaza and Israel, what happened? People travel all the way. They call themselves the Zionist army. They flew from different parts of the world, come back to the country to shield and protect that nation. And that is exactly what we should be doing. We individuals should have some certain information about security that we need to be giving orientations to others that are upbringing. Because if you don't have a successor in everything, you fail. For instance, now this studio, if you don't train a successor that will succeed from those who have been promoted from one level to another, then it becomes a mirage on their own part, because the workforce, as they grow to the next stage, then there are new people that need to fill in the gap. And as they fill in the gap, what do? You give them a better training that will equip them to do and discharge their duty, responsibly. So I think these are things that we need to do as a society when it comes to the security situation. It's not far-fetched. Just of recent in Plateau, when the total village were massacred, almost a total 150 people were killed, and you said, I'm on top of the situation. What do you think when a village is wiped out? What kind of business do you want to establish in such kind of a location? And it's not just one particular place. You have heard about different villages where people are being murdered, in a cold-blooded. People are being killed on daily basis. People are being kidnapped on daily basis. Sometimes when you travel from Abuja to Kaduna Road, people are in phobia. People are afraid. It's not a it's not a might. It's a reality. It's not a stories of a might. It's a reality. Until we begin to do what is right, then it's achievable. Bringing businesses to bear to their rightful places, well, it will be done until the security situation need to be curtailed. So we just mentioned, just for the sake of time, for mention for a few, but there are so many stories that we have been hearing. Is it Sokoto? Is it Meduguri? Is it Benue? Is it Kwara? Even now there is a loggerhead between the Fulani herdsmen and the Ometekun in the west. Is it the militants in the south, or is it the IPOB in the east? So until those who are saddled with this responsibility to discharge their duty, let them sit and come out with a lasting solution that will curtail the issue. Look at this year's now. The NSE, National Statistics, I think is NSB, if I stand to be corrected. National Bureau of Statistics, MBX. I think that is the right word, MBX. They came out with information based on their statistical analogy, saying that there will be a shortage of food this year. And what do you think? And what is the causes that there will be a shortage of food this year? Already, they have that information alone have created panic, and people will continue to hold, even if there is such information. What do you do to make sure you be able to give a proper education, a proper orientations to the average public for their consumption before you come out with such information? So there are some information that, yes, it's good for you to dish out for people to be on their guard or prepare, but there are some information that you need to economize with it indirectly. When you educate people on some certain thing, then be able to bring them back. So for us not to just speak from different tripod, we're coming back to the business circle that we are engaging to discuss the impact and the effect and the impact until the security is curtailed. If not, the small businesses that in operation, they are going to shut down. Reason why they are going to shut down: when a kidnapper could not allow you to go to some certain location, definitely that business will not operate. If Boko Haram could not allow you to operate in certain location, then if that business could not operate, you could see in Sokoto, in Castina, a bandit will go to some business to just, steal. I can say steal from them. Because when I approach you with gun and say, give me what you have from your shop, automatically those resources that you have lost, you can't get it back. Because in a business model, when you have lost 1 naira, you have to work hard to get 2 naira to replace it back. And that strength that you are putting, getting it back sometime, it might not be visible. So that is why it is necessary for them to try as much as they can to x-ray and bring a proper, solutions to the instance of insecurity in these parts of the world.
All right, we'll take a quick break now, and then after the break, we'll continue. Please stay with us.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleket.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that break. We still have a guest in the studio, a public and financial analyst, Mr. John Ochai, who has been discussing with us on the negative effects of insecurity on small businesses. All right, we're rounding up the program now, Mr. John Ochai. What do you think is your final thing? Because as it stands now, people live in fear now in Nigeria. A lot of businesses have been shut down, and people need to work in order to eat. So what do you think is the way forward for not just small businesses, for Nigerians at large, and of course for the government?
I think the government have a lot at their disposal because we have a high um, respect for Mr. President Bola Tinubu. And when he came on board, we thought he would bring technocrats into the system that have the knowledge of the technical know-how that will be able to change. And then when he makes some changes, we have a high hope that yes, a lot is going to change. So we believe that, just like as Americans used to say, don't think, don't think of what the American would do for you. Think of what you would do for American. I think this period is not a period where we are having a free lunch. Even in a free time, there is no free lunch. So we should try as much as we can to also contribute our quota to curtail the lingering issues that we have at our disposal. So the community should also set up and then enforce on certain things themselves to ensure the measure. And then we should try as much as we can to, commit themselves to some certain business so that through from that, the proceed that you get, you help yourself. And then Nigeria should learn to diversify, not looking towards what government will do for you alone. Because the basic things that you need from government, you need social amenity, infrastructure, education, and all that. The rest, you should strive yourself to ensure that, yes, you do things that from those collective efforts will be able to assist the government, and government will have the leverage to come back and assist ourselves. I think that is what I have on this last line.
Okay, one word for people to stay safe this period. What is that one word you want to say to people so that they can stay safe, especially this period of insecurity?
This period of insecurity, my dear people, if you don't have anything to do in specific location, go to your home. Just for instance, now we have had a situation whereby people stay late to watch football. People stay late at bar. Even if you're in this town, once it's 12 o'clock, 12 midnight rather, 11:10, people are already heading outside because you don't know what it will come to be. But try as much as we can, since you don't know the outcome of what will happen in the next minute. Try as much as you can to go back to your humble abode. And then once something happens, dial the security code immediately. I think in Abuja, there have been a smooth, rapid response approaching when there is issues of security. So we should cram those numbers. Like Abuja, I think it's 911. I can't remember the code anyway, but I think there is a specific code for to reach out to security apparatus in FCT. So try as much as you can to also get every other state that you are also approaching, so that when issues is coming up, then you're able to dial those codes immediately for the rapid response of the security agency.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. John Ochai, for coming on Oweleketv Business Time. You have said it all. Nigeria should learn to diversify. We don't really have to wait for the government to do everything for us. You have to look after yourself and do what you need, that you know that is needful for you to do. And for the insecurity ravaging the economy, please, Mr. John Ochai has said, if you don't have anything you're doing outside, 7 p.m., please go home because of what is happening now in the country. Please stay safe. The government cannot do more than what they are doing now. You understand? So you have to ensure that your safety matters. Avoid late nights. I know that this is a period where people want to go out and watch football, but you have to be very careful. It's better you stay at home, put on your gen, and watch your football at home. And lastly, he said that you should also find the security code for Abuja in case you notice anything fishy. On this note, again, I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. John Ochai for coming on Oweleketv Business Time. It was good to have you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, and that's the much we have for you today on Oweleketv Business Time. I am Chiwendu Osisiago. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Oweleketv and on our website, oweleketv.tv. Do have a wonderful day and thank you for watching.